Hello everyone, and this is Jeremy again for video number 2 of the iFly preview of the feature pack, Integrated Approach Navigation. And you see we're above the cloud bases right now. We are in descent into San Diego along the Lindy 2 arrival, and I had a request from a member on the forum to do the localizer 2.7 under IAN conditions in IMC, basically, all the way down to the minimums of the approach plate. So the minimums for the approach are 640 feet and a visibility of 1.75 miles. I've set active sky to the weather of 700 feet, overcast, and 2 miles of visibility. We're descending through 10,000 feet now. It's going to be a little bit longer video because I started it early so I can get all this stuff done for you, so you can watch everything happen as it happens. And also for this video we're going to show you the instruments all the way up until probably Rebo, just prior to minimums. Then I'm going to put the camera up on the glare shield, and you'll have to watch the outside view, what I'm looking at as I fly the plane on the ground. I'm not going to fly this one to 50 feet and hand put it down, because that was a pain in the butt. So we're going to fly this one to minimums, see if we can't get the approach lights in sight, and once we kick the approach lights in sight, we'll kick off the autopilot, or if we do, for that matter, and go from there. Anyway, we've got the localizer for 2.7 programmed in the CDU, and as you can see, it's already picked up the transmitter. 27 miles out, still on a VNAV descent path. 274 is our inbound course. We are landing flaps 30, auto brake 2, and a approach speed of 130 knots for a VREF of 125 knots. You didn't see this in my last video, but you do have the Ghost prediction scales, vertical and horizontal, simulated in the iFly. You don't see the horizontal because it has picked up the localizer station, but it is showing the vertical, as we are now on a very extended glide path into San Diego, and we're not even on a straight in yet. Our initial approach fix today is Vita, and according to the chart, we will cross Vita at or above 4,000 feet and continue on down from there. We will be watching the PFD, of course, to make sure that we are making those crossing restrictions in a timely manner. And I'm going to go ahead and kick out flaps 1 now. I've got the TCAS range turned off so that you can have a little bit better visibility of the navigation display. And as you can see, as it is supposed to be, the Ghost scales and the vertical path scales are not lined up. This is very rare that they are lined up. And we're going to go ahead and set that MCP altitude a little bit lower. We're not ready to pick up the glide path yet, so we're VNAV all the way down right now till we can pick up the glide path. In fact, I should probably just hit the approach button. We'll probably hit it, but I don't want to arm the approach button yet because we're still a little bit ways out from Vita, and I don't like to hit the approach button until I'm absolutely close to intercepting the final approach course that it goes for any approach I do, whether it's an ILS or a non-precision approach. We've programmed the FMC to reduce our speed down to about 170 knots before joining the final approach course. This will help slow us up a bit and get us on a nice, easy descent angle, something that's a little bit easier on the passengers. We're 15 miles out now, according to the DME. And I'm going to go ahead and activate or arm the approach mode. And it has picked up the localizer and the artificial glide path. And we are now descending on the localizer to runway 27. We kind of overshot that a little bit. Normally you get ATC vectors to these kinds of approaches. Sometimes I just took it off of Lindy 2. Okay, inbound course heading. Alright, so O'Kane, we should be hitting O'Kane at or above 3,600. And we were a little bit lower than that, but we are on the FMC calculated glide path and not the FMC VNAV path set with the altitude restrictions, but we were pretty close. We were off by about 50 feet. I have to bring out the spoilers. Oh, let's see if we can get some flaps 5 going. Bring out some flaps 5 a little early. Kind of slows up a bit. Arm the ground spoilers. Oh, while I'm doing that, let's arm the starters, engine starters. Give you a quick look outside. It is nasty. We are in the soup. 2,100 feet above the ground now. Sidhe, we should cross at or above 2,400 feet. And we are hitting 2,400 feet now, crossing at 2,360, so only off by 40 feet. Go ahead. We're coming up on Rebo. I'll throw out the gear. Yeah. Alright. And we're starting to lose some airspeed now. We have control of the airspeed now, so we're going to go ahead and reduce the speed bug down to flaps 5 minimum speed. Kick out flaps 10. And flaps 15. And we are 6 miles from the runway. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera up on the glare shield now so you can see out the window. As you can see, we are on single channel, glide path, and VOR localizer. Rising runway is set, and we are about 1,000 feet off the ground. Sorry guys, this is the only view I could get for you.
Terrain.
And I've got the approach lights in sight coming in now. We're at 800 feet MSL, coming up on minimums.
500. Approaching minimums.
Go ahead and kick off the autopilot now.
Terrain.
And I'm still flying via the flight director, keeping the glide path in the center just as I would an ILS approach. A little bit left, of course.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And touchdown. So there you go, guys. IN with the iFly 737 on the localizer to runway 27 into San Diego. You might be wondering why my landing lights and all that are kicking out, in and out. There's a scenery conflict that I have between the default San Diego airport and the Mega Scenery Southern California X. So it has nothing to do with the iFly, so don't go all nuts and say it's a bug and all that stuff. But hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully have another one coming up shortly.